set the tone for the Venom. Arlen for three. Got it. George kicks it outside. Clinch Hoycard.
Cardizano battling baseline. Blitzarves. Nylon.
3 for 300.
Kusa long way from the cup. Wow, tough make in the post. Somehow up and in for Babongi. Clark, final look to end the half. Clark, you bet.
One of the hottest teams in the competition, the University of Canberra Capitals welcomes in the Geelong Venom to AIS Arena. Our players checking in thanks to Minor Hotels for the second leg of a Saturday night double header as Atina Rakuso and the Caps get ready to host the Geelong Venom. A 3-game winning streak for the Capitals. Their fans are very happy about that. For Geelong, they've got some work to do. They've lost their last 6. They're trying to regain some momentum in this WNBL season. Great to have you with us, Joel Peterson, alongside Laurie Chiswick and Beck Cole here in this WNBL game on a Saturday night. And there is a bit to play for both of these teams. Geelong coming off a really disappointing performance on Tuesday night, Laurie, so they will want to bounce back in a big way.
Well, they certainly will. Anytime you have a game like that, you just want to go back to the drawing board, work things out, put it behind you, and come back firing and ready to go. And that's exactly what they'll be doing. And
the Caps have been in red-hot form, Beck. They're in fourth, and they look like the best of those teams at the moment.
They sure have. In their last game against Geelong, that's where we saw Atina Rakuso really find her form, and she's been a key piece. I can't wait to see what she does today. And if they win this game, that leads them 2 games ahead of 5th place, which that can be crucial as well. Absolutely, of course. Across all WNBL games this round, we are paying tribute to the victims of the tragic events of last Sunday in Bondi. Really shocking scenes in the eastern suburbs of Sydney. Great to see both teams coming together before this one. And the WNBL would like to extend our deepest sympathies to those impacted by the shocking attack which took place in Bondi on Sunday. We thank the first responders and members of the community who acted with courage and compassion, providing life-saving first aid and supporting those in need. The WNBL stands united with the Jewish community and all Australians during these hard and very challenging times, and great to see both teams paying their respects, as has happened across the course of all of our games this round. Big news for Geelong this round is that Elisa Pearley is back in the lineup after sustaining her injury right at the start of the season. She bolsters this team. She caught up with our own Carly Wilson a little while ago.
Well, Elisa Pearley, it certainly wasn't the start to the season anyone wanted for you, going down with injury in the first 5 minutes of game 1. But tonight is the night you're back. Talk us through your rehab injury over the last few months.
It was pretty hard. Like, it took a while, and I had to be patient with myself and just with my ankle, listen to my body. But our physio guys were super helpful along this whole journey, so big shout out to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've done the work, and tonight's the night. You must be really excited to finally be back out there.
Oh yeah, I came to Australia to play basketball, and it's been pretty rough sitting out the past couple months, but I think I've gained a new perspective to our team and just finding ways I think I could help once I take the court again. So tonight I'm just super excited to be out there with the girls.
Well, we're pretty excited to see the matchup between you and Rakuso. So talk us through that. How do you see that playing out?
Yeah, I think we're both big, strong posts, so I think it'll be really physical. Yeah. But no, I think she's great. She's a very solid player, and I'll have my hands full with that one. But I just got to follow the scout and trust my teammates. So yeah.
Well, she'll have her hands full with you as well. Thank you so much for your time, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
They've got plenty of injuries throughout the course of the season, have the Geelong Venom, so Elisa Pearley will help. And Atina Rakuso, who leads the line for the Canberra Capitals, Beck, has been in outstanding form.
She sure has. Coming back into full force, she's been a huge impact and one of the only back-to-the-basket bigs in the league, and she's been dominating inside. A huge presence inside the paint and shooting at a great clip at 62%, but she's also such a vocal leader, really talks on the floor, and it's proved since she's been back, the Canberra Caps have been winning games.
Indeed they have. They are going really well at the moment. They've got 5 wins on the season. They sit in 4th place looking for another one tonight. Let's get courtside and soak up some of the atmosphere with our very own Carly Wilson. Evening, Carly.
Evening, Joel. Well, it has been a scorching few days here in Canberra with temperatures in the mid-30s. So I can tell you Canberra Caps fans are loving the air conditioning here at the AIS Arena tonight. We know things are going to heat up shortly on court, though, with Geelong desperate to get redemption against the Cavs after the heartbreakingly close 1-point loss to them only 2 weeks ago. Now, that was the game that started the Caps winning streak, launching them from bottom of the ladder to 4th spot. So tonight there is a lot on the line with Caps looking to really consolidate themselves as a team that's a real finals contender.
Indeed, Carly, thank you. Looking forward to your insights throughout the course of the evening. WNBL champion, sideline, a WNBL championship winning coach in Laurie Chiswick, and 2 as a player, Beck Cole. Our expert commentary team this evening. Laurie, we see that starting lineup for the Canberra Capitals unchanged. Elisa Pearley will start for Geelong. Are you surprised by that?
Well, I was initially until I thought about it, and I thought often you warm up your and she's been out for a long time, so the warm up will be good for her. Whether she then subs off, and we don't know if she's playing limited minutes or not, but no, she needs to start. She needs to start with this team so that they avoid the way they started against Southside a few nights ago. So yeah, it'll be great to see her in the lineup.
They were abject against Southside on Tuesday night, Geelong. They got down 19-4 to start the game. It didn't get a hell of a lot better from that point forward. So a big response required this evening, Beck.
It sure is. And again, they're a team that no one points a finger at each other. They love playing for one another. They back and support each other. You can tell when they play, they just need to execute their game plan, all be on the same page, and it needs to be done for 40 minutes. That's the issue that Geelong have had. So it's going to be an entertaining game.
And those 2 in the middle are going to be so much a part of it all. Akuso and Holmes. Akuso controlled the tip, but it falls into the lap of Elisa Pearley. And we are underway in Canberra. Geelong 3-10. They have fallen in a crater, having lost their past 6. Canberra 5-6. Some disruption from Sissoko on the defensive end. The length and athleticism of Kati Sissoko has been a great pickup for the Capitals this season. Heel to inbound from the baseline, and a miscommunication there with Shelley. Sissoko's going to pressure it up the floor, and she slid out of court as she tried to regain the basketball. A little bit of a messy start here for the Venom.
But what great energy and effort and hustle all ready to start the game. This is what Caps are good at. When they can get stops and then run on offensive transition, they're another team that just looks so much better.
See the blue armbands for Geelong as Pearley gets an early look, and that'll be very, very welcome to Venom fans.
Well, they switched with Shyla Heel there, and so Pearley went straight to the basket, no second hesitation.
Nice little touch pass from Brancatisano to rescue the possession. Blitzarves to Brancatisano. Rebound will stay with Canberra. 4th and 7th on the table. Melbourne spinning her way through. Beautiful move.
Ooh, Jade Melbourne put her in the spin cycle on that one.
10 and 11 last time out for Jade Melbourne. Canberra haven't played since last Friday. They had 3 games in 5 days leading into that. Geelong were in action on Tuesday, and they were absolutely spifflicated by the Southside Melbourne Flyers. In a game that was never particularly close, as Blitzarves gets a piece of it outside, runs the floor and lays it in. Sarah Blitzarves is playing defense and getting out in transition. It's a very imposing place as Jazz Shelley flips it up.
I'm not sure anybody thought that was going to go in, because that was a great defense by Jade Melbourne.
Jazz Shelley does have a penchant for the unorthodox. And she's already got as many made field goals as she did the other night as the Geelong guard. She had a really tough outing. She was 1 of 15 on Tuesday. Sissoko scoring at the other end to make it that 2-point Canberra lead. Heel surveying the defense, attacking Brancatisano, can't finish, wanted the call. It's a Geelong team that lacked any kind of flow and continuity and connection the other night. Jade Melbourne, look away pass. Brancatisano in the corner almost banked it in. Not sure if she called for the window. Alex Sharp with the rebound and the run ahead for Geelong. Holmes with her back to the basket, gets to that left hand, can't finish. Sissoko's length-wide her out of it. This is Geelong team, Beck, who you go back a couple of weeks ago as Melbourne gets through the defence and is fouled. Jade Melbourne to go to the line to add one more. Take a look on the Amy replay of the finish here. Gets the head down and attacks in transition.
And again, they've had 2 possessions already with transition. One came from the steal, Blitzarves to finish it off at the other end. And we know how lethal Jade Melbourne is when she's going downhill. So ball pickup is early, and it doesn't necessarily mean when she has a full head of steam that you're all the way up and in, but force her to the sideline so she can't go middle and find 2 feet in the paint.
It's a Geelong team that beat Perth by 19 points in Geelong about 6 weeks ago. They look like they could be a real force in this season. Another turnover here. Melbourne forces the loose ball. Kuso outside. Oh, what a good passer she is for a big. Tried to drop it off there and talked her into the turnover there. Sorry, Z. Looking for Brancatisano. Clint Choikard has that pass deflected by Blitzarves out of court.
Geelong really just need to, you want to play at pace, but then you also have to play at a good pace where you're not turning the ball over or being anxious and you know, doing things that aren't in the execution, the play execution.
Don't play at a really high tempo, Geelong, one of the slowest paces in the league. Holmes spinning inside, got met by Sissoko, who is worrying Mackenzie Holmes in the early stages.
And Holmes is definitely a player that Geelong need in order to be successful and get wins. But in her last 3 games, she's been kept to that 15 points or under, which Sarah Blitzarves, she has definitely found her shooting form. And in her 300th game, she had the 22 points, made 6 3-pointers. And she is feeling it, but for me, this is what the likes of Tina Akuzo coming back into the game has done. Her inside presence has allowed the shooters in Sarah and Jade just be more open, more free, and they're looking good, Laurie.
Well, you could see the defense's hands were down. You can't have your hands down, even to have them up to avoid a passing angle in there, but, you know, that was too easy for Sarah.
190 centimetres with that high release. It's awfully tough to block, especially if you've got your hands down. That's not particularly going to help you in that scenario. Caps up by 8 in the early going. Joel Peterson, Laurie Chuzik, Beck Cole, and Carly Wilson with you. Second leg of a Saturday doubleheader. Paul Goris instructing his team at the timeout. He spoke to Carly earlier about how the Caps match up with the Venom.
Yeah, obviously, like, they're a good team. I don't think like their results of late have really shown how hard that they play and the depth of talent that they really have across the board. So I think for us defensively, knowing that they've got a lot of scorers and a lot of shooters within their group, keeping them off the foul line, definitely. I thought we fouled way too much the last time we played them in Geelong, and obviously everything that goes through, probably Shyla and Mackenzie Holmes have to do a great job on those two.
Last time they played back in round 8, a 1-point game, 76-75. Geelong had their hearts broken. It was Nicole Munger who was the game winner on that occasion with her corner 3. Here's Shyla Heel around and out. Holmes with the rebounds, puts it back in, and Mackenzie opens her account for the evening.
You're right, Beck, when you say Mackenzie Holmes needs to really have a good game. She's their leading scorer, averaging almost 22 points per game. But it seems like as the season's gone on, the scouting on her has become better and better, so she has to work harder and harder.
They've been sending crowds at her. Shyla Heel with the rebound, and she'll push the tempo for Geelong. Gets to the baseline. Shelley with the corner catch across the lane. Tough shot. Flips it in again. Jazz Shelley's in circus mode early. She drags the Venom only 4 points behind. Carly Wilson, you were listening to Chris Lucas at that last time out.
I certainly was, and it was a very, very simple message from Chris Lucas. He said the ball is sticking in everybody's hands. Everybody is guilty of it. You must keep the ball moving. We've got to get ball movement from one side or the other. You have to move the ball on if we want to get scoring here.
They didn't do it all that well on Tuesday night. When they did, it was really, really predictable, and they Just walked themselves into turnovers, did the Venom. Melbourne again puts the afterburners on, not that time. Clinch Hoycard was good on Tuesday night. 13-4-2, provided some scoring punch as Shyla Heel gets all the way in.
Well, you can see that Clinch Hoycard came in for Pili. Pili was only in for just under 3 minutes. You could just see her lateral movement. She was really struggling with that, and defensively that was tough.
Akuso outside, Sissoko, no good. Katie Sissoko, 6 of 20 on the season from outside. Gets a hand up on Clinch. Hoycard there, doesn't affect the shot. And Geelong lead for the first time in the game since the opening bucket.
That is somebody you do not want to leave open at the three-point line is Clinch Hoycard. She's shooting the three ball at 40%, and we know she loves a three.
She displayed that the other night as Jade Melbourne drives inside, hit 3. Back on Tuesday, did Mackenzie Clinch Hoycard.
And this was great recognition by Shyla. She saw that Katie was still on her, and then she didn't over-dribble the ball. She passed it right out to Clinch Hoycard, who has that amazing three-point shot. So, again, not sticking in her hands too long like Coach Chris Lucas wanted.
Round 10 is Mental Health Round in partnership with Beyond Blue. Mental Health takes a team. Your starting 5, the people you can count on, lean on, and to seek support from. Know your starting 5. Scan the QR code on screen to donate to Beyond Blue now.
And you see right there with the Canberra Capitals, they have a Beyond Blue on their jersey. Geelong Venom are donning the Beyond Blue armband. So again, a great initiative as a player to be a part of with this mental health round. The league to get around it, raise awareness, especially having the privilege of eyes and ears on the game. And Jazz Shelley with the 3, we know she's someone who can get off and rolling.
Indeed, she is. 7 points. She had 2 points on Tuesday and was a -27 in that ball game. She had a really, really tough evening. Melbourne on the catch. Blitzars for 3. Got it. The first quarter specialist is back in action. Sarah Blitzars with another triple. She's got 8. 16 in the first quarter last time out. Jazz Shelley leaves that one high and wide. Tied at 16. 2 minutes and 30 remaining here in this opening term. Earlier it was Townsville getting the job done over Sydney. Hodge lost the handle and then Healy kicked it to Alyssa Brett in the end. Signed with the Ballarat Miners in the NBL1 South this week. Alyssa Brett, having played with Ipswich up in the north last season. Clinch Hoycard, the handoff with Heel. 7 on the shot clock. Shyla from deep. Melbourne, Poch, Akuso, Clark and Blitzarves. Poch can't hit, having a poor shooting season from outside. 7 of 38. She was 1 of 4 last Friday for Canberra. Lily Ratuno getting set to check in for Geelong. Shelley, Brett, Clinch Hoycard, Heel and Pili the lineup for Chris Lucas at the moment. Pili puts it on the floor. Kicks it to the corner. Shelley started well, didn't hit there. Pili pulls it down. Can't bank it home.
But this is what Pili brings. Again, Mackenzie Holmes, but she brings that size, the strength, and again, another inside presence that Geelong Venom have really been missing. But also, she has that great three-point shot. So another shooter to spread the floor and give easier shots to the like of Hill and Shelley. But again, Zatina Okuzo showing how strong she is inside the paint.
Makes that look pretty easy. 22, 6 and 3 last time out. Their numbers with her in the team, they are 4 and 1 with Zatina in the team this season. He has a profound influence on the way this Canberra side plays. Shelley off balance from deep. Jazz Shelley has 10 out of the gates.
And what you love to see, last game didn't have a good shooting night. But then this game coming in with the confidence that she believes in her abilities, and she's been great for the Venom.
Jade Melbourne stepping through. Another crafty move from the WNBA star. Shelley at one end and Melbourne with the answer at the other.
Oh, love the bit of knee drive action on the step through.
And the facials as well from Jade.
We love to see the passion, the enthusiasm. I love the energy.
10 points, 4 assists for Jade Melbourne so far in the game. Make it 9. And she adds the bonus free throw. Clinch Hoycard from outside. That one's a bit strong. Melbourne goes up against Brett for the rebound, and the Canberra 5 was the better on that occasion. Tage Morrell out there now. Nicole Munger checks into the game too. Melbourne setting things up to end the opening term. Off to Morrell, back to the basket, turning, throwing it up, won't fall.
Good defense by Geelong in that last play phase, because that was an important one going into this quarter-time break.
Indeed it was. It keeps Canberra with the lead at quarter time. The Capitals 21, Geelong 19. Second leg of a Saturday doubleheader here in the WNBL. Two-point lead to the Capitals at quarter time. A better start for Geelong, but for the 11th time this season, the Venom trail at quarter time. Starts haven't been their forte. Better than it was on Tuesday for Geelong though, so that's the upside of what we've seen from them so far in this one. 21-19 the way of the host. Saturday night hoops in the WNBL. Joel Peterson, Beck Cole, Laurie Chiswick and Carly Wilson with you. Great to have your company. After Townsville beat Sydney earlier tonight to get to 10-2 on the season. That's an athletic take from Nadia Poch.
And that's what Poch is so good at. She has such a quick first step that if she can really find her momentum and get those finishes, she is so hard to guard.
Shelley's got 10 already. She is playing with some real confidence and some verve at the moment.
Well, last time these two teams met a few weeks ago, Shelley had 23 points, so she feels comfortable against this Geelong team, against this Capitals team.
I said on Tuesday, she's been boom or bust this season, Jazz Shelley. Her good is terrific. Her poor has been pretty poor as Morrell gets her back to the basket and flips that one in with the left hand.
And Laurie, I think we say it every game. Tage Morrell just comes in, is such a big impact plays her role to perfection, really stepped up during Akuso and her injury, and she's such a great sub coming on to the court.
Shalley will get inside here, put the head down, can't finish. Rebound to Jada Clark. Carly Wilson is courtside. Carly, what did Paul Goris have to say at quarter time?
It was a fairly positive timeout from Coach Paul Goris, but Laurie, you spoke earlier about Clinch Hoycard's three-point shooting. Well, Gorry is switched on to that as well. He spent a lot of time in that quarter-time huddle talking about changing up the defense on her in on-ball screens. They've been icing. He now wants them to switch to ensure that the guard will be right there on her if she flares. So no more three-point looks for Clinch Hoycard.
Shooting it really well, as Laurie said earlier, across the course of the season. 40% coming into this one for Mackenzie Clinch Hoycard, who's got a 3 already in the game. Clark leaves that one short. And the locals not all that pleased with the call. Then it's going back with Geelong.
But doesn't it show the depth of Canberra right now and how much confidence Paul Goris has in his team? Right now, there's only Isabran Catazano, who is a starter, who is on the court right now. So it really shows each player can come in, they play to their strengths, they play as a team and really work together.
Caps with the 4 points since quarter time to lead by 6. Brett and Heel can't connect on the back cut.
It was the right idea, you know, good idea, just the execution didn't come off.
Tuno, Brett, Sharp, Heel, Holmes out there for Geelong. Morel, Munger, Poch, Clark, Brancatazano for Canberra. Clark got forced back toward the timeline. Poch was curling her way into the key. Clark's been in really good form for Paul Goris's team. 12-4-4 last time out. Brancatazano down low to Morel. Left hand, got it.
There we go, Beck, showing us exactly what you just talked about. Doesn't do anything flashy, doesn't do anything, you know, that she can't, that isn't in her wheelhouse, but just does what she can do very, very well.
Brancatazano guarding Shyla Heel. First season in Geelong for Heel. 4 on the shot clock. Regains the rock. Heaves it up. Got fouled. Shyla will go to the line to shoot 3.
And Shyla is so good at that left step back into that three-point shot, but as we know, you just have to allow the shooter space to land, and on that occasion, it did not happen. But right now, if I'm Geelong, I'm probably not leaving Jazz Shelley on the bench too much longer, because she's been off to a fire of a start.
Geelong have got 20. Jazz has got 10 of them. She's 4 of 9 from the field. Heel ticks her tally up. This will stay with Geelong after the miscommunication from the Caps. 27-21, 7 minutes remaining here in this third term. Joel Peterson, Beck Cole, Laurie Chiswick and Carly Wilson with you as Ratuno comes across the lane and gets some contact. Lily Ratuno, who was quiet on Tuesday night as well, played just under 11 minutes and had a turnover and 2 fouls to her name. That was it in the stats sheet. So good to see her getting to the free throw line here and opening up the scoring account.
And it would be hard because she's had to also adjust her role. When Shyla Hill was out, we saw her get opportunities, grab it with both hands, really prove and put out some great performances, and then Hill comes back into the lineup. Now she's not seen as many minutes, so it is hard when your role changes, but she's been doing a great job, and it's great to see in her first contracted season in the league.
Was that game against Perth that we spoke about earlier, Beck, where they caused the upset down in Geelong? They won by 19 points. Lily Ratuno absolutely went off.
She sure did. She annihilated them, and she showed the league that she can play. So she just has to remain confident when she comes on the court, lead and be the general of the team and facilitate, but also when your shot's there like it was before, get yourself to the line.
It's been the outlier in her season so far. What happened on Tuesday? No outlier there as Mackenzie Holmes adding 2 more. She's up to 4 points on the evening thus far, and Geelong have that margin back to 2.
Well, I would be going to Mackenzie Holmes while Kuzo's on the bench right now, although we just see her ready to check in. Get Mackenzie Holmes the ball because she can do some business under there.
Jade Melbourne breaks a 6-0 Geelong run.
And Melbourne, she's just the head of the snake for the Canberra Capitals, and she's really found some form with Kuzo back in the lineup. She's third in the league with just under 6 assists a game. She already has 4 tonight, and she's lethal going downhill.
Shyla Hill stepping back to the left. That is that move that you mentioned, Beck. He's so dangerous. Makes it look very easy. Does Hill. Well guarded by Holmes. Out to Melbourne. 8 on the shot clock. Jade just walks into a 3 from straight away. Rebound falls to Munga. Possession arrow. We'll see where it keeps it off the back of the Amy replay.
That shot is just in her bag. It's unconscious, that move, and it's so tough to defend.
Morel and Munga come out of the game. Katie Sissoko checking back in, so too Sarah Blitzarves. So the foremost coffee reviewing duo in Canberra are out there on the court together at the moment in Blitzarves and Brancatazano. Shelley for 3. Jazz Shelley's got 13 in the game. Geelong back on top by 2 halfway through this second term. Makuso just got the pass to Blitzarves, who lost it out of play. A couple of the Capitals in that Australian Opal squad announced today, along with Jade Melbourne. Couldn't connect there. This is pure from Jazz Shelley.
Nobody near her.
We know how good she can shoot that outside shot, but then down the other end we saw she get her hand in, cause Capitals to turn over the ball, and I think she's really improved her defensive game this season, and she's leading the league with averaging 4 steals a game.
Wow, there you go.
Shelley's got another 16 points in the game for Jazz Shelley. This is quite the comeback from her so far and from Geelong. They lead by 5, 4.5 to go in the second term. It's the Venom 34, the Caps 29. One of 15 on Tuesday. Jazz Shelley has come out with flamethrowers for hands so far, and she is 6 of 11 tonight.
Well, that last play of when Shelley shot that wide open 3, to me, that give credit to the whole team. There was ball reversal, there was penetration inside, there was the extra pass to the wide open shooter. That was team basketball by Geelong, resulting in that 3 by Shelley, who's got the hot hand. Great decisions.
And after they didn't have that connection on Tuesday, Laurie, that would really please Chris Lucas to move the ball and play that connected way.
Well, you need to do that, and you need to continue. You know, you can't just do it for 1 quarter. You've got to, as we said, do it for 4 quarters. But right now, the Capitals are just having trouble containing and then getting a handout to the 3-point shooters.
So Geelong by 5 here in this second term at the timeout. Jazz Shelley has 16 points in the game so far. She is on a heater. It is already her 4th highest scoring performance of the season. She is 4 of 6 from outside. And after having just 2 points on Tuesday night, she has come out blazing this evening.
And when you're a shooter, you have to know the work that you've put in, the reps you've put up, and know next shot's going in. That's the mentality you need. And Jazz Shelley has proved that already in this game.
She's played at some very high levels in college basketball and representing national teams as well, as Akuso comes straight back and pulls that margin back to 3. Shelley, Brett, Sharphill and Holmes here for Geelong. Should be no surprise where this one might end up. Mackenzie Holmes is going to try her luck. Almost wedged it between the rim and the backboard. Melbourne whips it inside. Sissoko smokes the layup.
What a dime that would have been from Jade Melbourne. She is so impressive with her passes and facilitating to her teammates.
Sharp just dropped it into Holmes, almost turned it over. Sharp goes baseline, gets past Akuso and lays it home.
I liked how Alex Sharp backed herself, that her foot speed was more than Akuso's. Akuso's had drawn her out on the perimeter, and she just punched it in strongly.
Geelong shooting 46% from the field, Canberra 52%. Melbourne drives inside, that'll stay in black. 6 turnovers, though, from the Capitals to only 2 of Geelong. Geelong had all kinds of issues with turnovers on Tuesday. That's a beautiful pass from Melbourne. Sissoko just unable to finish. Melbourne, Akuso, Brancatisano, Sissoko and Blitzarves. Sissoko puts it on the floor. What a beautiful take. A gliding, swooping motion from Caddy Sissoko to get all the way in.
And equally at the other end, there was no split line help whatsoever.
She's one of those players, Caddy Sissoko, that when she gets on the move, it is just gorgeous to watch.
It sure is. For a four-man, she really has that foot speed and athleticism compared to others, as we see there, and that's got to feel good for her confidence. The last few rounds, she hasn't shot the ball like we know she can, and she did at the start of the season. Again, she brings in her 5-man and her other twin tower there in Zatina Akuso, so finding the rhythm to play together. But if Sissoko can get going as well, Caps are going to be one team that's hard to stop.
Well, the other thing I like about Sissoko is that when she does score, when she does do some things at the offensive end, she really gets pumped up and it really flows through her team.
Played with Zatina Akuso in Turkey, did Caddy Sissoko. Phenomenal athlete. Heel across the lane. Sissoko did enough on the defensive end. 24-second clock violation goes against Geelong, who lead by 3 in this ball game. 2:40 left in the second quarter. Joel Peterson, Beck Cole, Laurie Chiswick and Carly Wilson with you. Saturday night hoops here in the WNBL. 2 games to come tomorrow. Southside Bendigo, the early fixture before Adelaide and Perth close it out. And another double header on Tuesday to get us to Christmas. Townsville and Sydney before Perth and Canberra. They've got the trip west on Tuesday evening. Melbourne, back to Brancatisano, caught it on the move. She couldn't hit the layup either. Jade Melbourne's been robbed of a couple of assists in this quarter. And in a game that's close, when you're down by 3, you need every one of those to fall you can get as Shyla Heel comes back the other way. Outside to Holmes. Pearley, the offensive rebound. There's a foul on the loose ball.
I don't mind that foul, though, by Pilly. She's been physical, trying to get it O-board in a second possession. That Geelong Venom aren't in any foul team trouble right now, so I like that aggression from her.
3rd foul on Lisa Pearley.
Not smart in regards to her individual foul tally, because obviously they want her out there as much as possible.
She's played the 5.5 minutes in that very first game of the season. 3 points, a couple of rebounds, and had to have ankle surgery in the meantime. Georgia Woolley comes out there for Geelong. No Ashley Arlen with Pearley coming back, so one of the 2 replacement players that they'd signed makes way for their import. Melbourne, Akuso, Brancatisano, Sissoko, Blitzarves, the 5 for Canberra, Woolley, Shelley, Clinch, Hoykard, Heel and Holmes for Geelong. Brancatisano, straight away 3, got it. Tied ball game at 36. Canberra 5 and 6 on the season, winners of their past 3 as Heel with a strong take is fouled by Brancatisano.
She did a good job of her hesitation, and as she was hesitating, she was looking to see if anybody else was open or if she could take it herself. So really good take, strong take by Shyla Heel.
Shyla will step to the free throw line. We're halfway through this WNBL26 season. Don't miss your chance to catch a game live this summer. It's a great, affordable, fun family day out. Scan the QR code on screen now or visit WNBL.com.au to get to a game near you and get your tickets. If you're after a last-minute stocking stuffer, a couple of WNBL tickets would go pretty nicely, I reckon. 38-36, Melbourne cross-court pass. Sissoko. She step on the line then? Is that another Jade Melbourne dime that's been waved away in some way, shape or form?
Those are just assist killers, aren't they?
6 assists so far. She's delivered 2 on a platter that have resulted in blown layups, and Sissoko had
a wide open
a freeway to the basket there and stepped on the chalk. Heel can't finish inside. Caps will keep a hold of it.
And the Caps are still playing great offensive basketball right now, but Zatina Okuzo has only had 2 shot attempts, shooting at 100%, but I'd like to see her be more involved because we know how much of a threat she is, and she definitely has that size advantage inside.
The words of Australian basketball legend Leonard Copeland, they've got to get her the ball. Heel from outside, no good. Rebound will fall to Blitzarms. Under a minute to go in this opening half. Geelong by 2.
Oh.
Melbourne lost the handle there. Shelley back the other way. Jazz can't finish. Oh, Sarah Blitzarms, that was a strange decision to tap it out and straight back into Geelong hands. Just panicked for a moment there. Could have collected the rebound pretty calmly. 2 on the shot clock. Heel puts her head down. And that'll go back the other way.
And that's the athleticism by Sissoko, not only at the offensive end, but she can defend smaller guards like Heel, and she really uses her length and her ability to shot block, as well as not let them get to the basket.
Timeout for Paul Goris to try and draw something up. Shyla Heel has a couple of words to Chris Lucas as she walks to the bench. 38-36. Geelong over the University of Canberra Capitals. 13.9 remaining here in this second quarter. Met a couple of weeks ago, it was a 1-point game. It is close yet again between these two teams. Geelong shooting at 39% from the field, 40% from outside thus far, 6 of 15 from beyond the arc. Canberra 3 of 9 from outside, 15 of 29 from the field. 8 turnovers, though, have been costly for the Capitals here, Laurie.
Well, that last game you were spoken about, the 1-point game, there were 19 lead changes. The biggest margin ever was 8 points, so you could just see the closeness of it. And perhaps we're seeing that again in tonight's game, because right now Geelong, UC Caps got off to a great start, but Geelong have battled back and have maintained this back and forth right till now, 2-point lead.
We've had lead changes or scores tied on 14 occasions so far. The biggest lead in the game so far, Laurie. Have a guess.
8 points.
8 points.
There you go. Deja vu.
38-36, Geelong over Canberra. 14 seconds remaining here in this second term, so the Caps can have the last look at it in the first half. Jazz Shelley's got 16 points for Geelong to lead all scorers. Jade Melbourne's got 11 and 6 assists and should probably have a double-double in the first half. Melbourne to bring the ball up the floor on this possession for Canberra. Clark stepping inside, can't beat the buzzer and repeat her heroics of last game. And time runs out on the Capitals, who trail by 2 at the main break. This has been a very impressive response from Geelong after the lowest ebb in their season thus far. They have bounced back in really nice fashion in this first half, but they've still got a lot of work to do in this ball game. They lead Canberra 38-36 at half-time. Let's get a bit of reaction. Carly Wilson is with Shyla Hill.
Well, Shyla, cracking start for you guys. We heard Coach Chris Lucas call for ball movement early. Once you guys started doing that, it really opened up your penetration and then everyone's three-point shot.
Yeah, definitely. That's something we've been working on at training, is getting ball movement, getting it inside and out with Kenzie and now Pili back as well. So that's been a focus coming into this game.
Yeah, it's working really well. So what do you think the message is going to be from Coach Chris Lucas at halftime to get this done in the second half?
It's 0-all right now. We haven't played 40 minutes of basketball in a while, so I think coming into this second half, we need to treat it like we're down by 20.
Well, best of luck. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Geelong up by 2. They don't find themselves in that kind of hole, but they'll be looking to close this one out strong. 38-36 at halftime. Beck Cole, Laurie Chizzy with their analysis of it all next.
This is good news. My friend Michael here. From the Vikings Club. Vikings, where are you? throw, it's got to be all in a row. We don't have any breaks in between. Hit the free throw, we get you the basketball. If we get hit the three-pointer, we get the jersey, and then we go for the big one. We head to the halfway line for the sharing. Mate, have you practiced this week? No. How does this support? Okay. I still have faith. Look, we've got the WNBL official ball here with us. Let's start with the layup. Let's see if we can get you that cat's hat. Michael, take your time. Whenever you're ready, go for it. Get the layup, and that looks like a layup to me. Yes. All right. We're heading to the free throw line, so we can't go over the free throw line. Don't go over the free throw line. Whenever you're ready, Michael. Yeah. Yes. All right. So, this is it. From the three-pointer, my friend. From the three-pointer, my friend. This is for the jersey, and then we go on to the big one. Take your time, Michael, whenever you're ready. He called it shorts. He knew it was off. He had a feeling. Maybe he had a chance. That was a close one. That was all right. Good. You should be proud of yourself. All right, should we give him a shot at the half-court shot, maybe for any of the box? Okay. Let's get to the halfway line, because everyone else is the half-court shot. Michael, what we want to give you, if you hit this one, is 4 VIP tickets. We're talking food, we're talking drink, we're talking really nice seats to whatever Cats game you like. Just don't jump over the line. What are you going to do? You're going to run up, or you're going to do a standing shot? Jump up. All right. Let's make some noise for Michael! The distance was never an issue. I appreciate that. Mate, thank you so much for playing. No worries, and let's give a big round of applause for Michael! Well done, mate. We've got the hat, we have the ball for you. And it is all thanks to our friends at Gerald Slater's. Well, go and see them at Josephson Street, Belconnen. Check out those amazing cars, the cherries. They are absolutely beautiful. And gosh, we hope we can give away one of them. They want to give one away. We want to give one away. And I know you guys do too. We'll be back very soon with another Cappy's Challenge.
That's just our style.
Half-time on the Saturday night doubleheader. And what a game we've got on our hands at half-time. Geelong have come out with an impassioned response to their disappointing performance from Tuesday. They lead Canberra 38-36. It's a 6-game losing streak for Geelong. It's a 3-game winning streak for Canberra, but throw the records out. This is a close one at half-time. Joel Peterson, Beck Cole and Laurie Chiswick with you here at the main break, and it's been a really good response from the Geelong Venom, Laurie.
Certainly has, and the thing that's really telling for me is their turnovers. Only 3. They have taken care of the ball. They've gotten the ball through hands. They've made the right decisions. They forced Canberra to play some defense, and they didn't panic at the beginning of the game when they got off to just a slightly slow start. So they've had a great half.
Yeah, they've been much better than they were on Tuesday night, that's for sure. Let's take a look at our Hungry Jacks half-time highlights. There's been plenty of them in this opening half. There's been some great shot-making. Jade Melbourne is one, Beck, who's really come to play.
She sure has, and she's really come into that Jade Melbourne form that we know of. Obviously, facilitating the ball, she has been absolutely great and is top 5 in the league for assists, but she's really found her rhythm, and when she's going downhill, you cannot stop her.
She's been passing the ball beautifully, Laurie. She's had a couple of assists that haven't quite worked out for her. At the other end, it's been the Jazz Shelley show for Geelong.
Well, my goodness, some of the things that she's created, and it's a really good example of, you know, never stop. If you're on a drive and the defense stops you, you can still somehow contort your body and get a shot up. And for Jazz Shelley, a lot of those go in, or hit it out to the three-point line, where she has been very, very efficient so far.
So Melbourne and Heel has been a great duel so far. Jade Melbourne, 11 points, 6 assists. She's passed it to 2 teammates who have smoked layups. Beck, she passed it to another wide open who stepped on the sideline. She should almost have a double-double at half-time.
She really should. She's just been amazing. And again, the ball in her hand, you know good things are going to happen. And unfortunately, some of those amazing wizardly passes that she just gets through haven't quite come off. But we're in for a great second half with both teams playing great on both ends of the floor.
Jazz Shelley had a really indifferent night the other night against Southside. 1 of 15, 2 points. She's got 16 at the half and 4 made threes, and all of her shot-making tricks have been on display here, Laurie.
Well, when she goes into the basket, you know, it doesn't look like she's going to be able to shoot it, but she keeps her eyes up on the target no matter what the defense is doing. She's so focused on that. And then we know what a great three-point shooter is, that if you don't close out long and carry a hand, she's got a quick release. She doesn't need that much space. She's going to nail that.
Yeah, it is cricket season, and Jazz Shelley is a back foot player with the best of them. She can do the unorthodox. She makes shots from weird angles and weird positions on the court, so Beck, she's highly unpredictable.
She really is, and it makes her hard to defend. And as we see there, she's doing it inside and outside, but shooting 67% from three-point land is amazing. But like you said, she has that shooter's mentality of, yeah, my shooting night wasn't great last game, but I know I've put in the reps, I've put in the hours, and the next shot is going in.
So there's Jazz Shelley's forward shot chart. Zatina Rakusa hasn't seen a lot of the ball, Beck. Does she need to be a focus in this second half for Canberra?
I would love to see her get the ball more. Obviously, since she's come back in their last win against Geelong, it's proven for her to be instrumental. And yes, for her to get points on the board herself, but also she's a great facilitator. So inside-outside game, I'd like to see more of that.
She's been a big part of when they're playing well. Generally speaking, Zatina Rakusa is playing well also. Of course, it is Beyond Blue round, mental health round in the WNBL. We know Gemma Potter not out there for Geelong tonight. She's coming back from injury. She's had lots of adversity to deal with in her career. Here's her speaking on how keeping your mental health important is such a focus.
Mental health is important to me because I think as basketball players we're sometimes just seen as what we can do on the court, but it's definitely a whole person. I think that goes from on court to off court, and how we express ourselves is very much due to our mental state that we're in at the time. And I think some people see bad games and think that we just had an off day, but they don't really actually know what goes on off the court. So showing that we are a whole person, and it's not just what we give on the court, it's what we can give off the court as well. I think there's just little milestones here and there. I think I've got some great people around me that have really helped me throughout this initial stage of rehab, and that's just a little text saying they're proud of me throughout the day, of being able to lift my leg up onto the bed myself. I think there's so many little things that people don't know about in rehab, that the little milestones of like that can go a long way. And last time I was into crocheting, this time I was gifted a colouring book, and that's been my little saviour. So I've been colouring up until all hours of the night when I can't sleep, but it's been something that's helped take my mind off the pain. I think this round is so special for everyone. It gives an opportunity to speak about mental health. In the car on the way down here, my mum and I were talking about a walk she's doing, and it's actually raising funds for Beyond Blue. So it's so special that it's not just us basketball players trying to raise awareness, and it's something that everyone can get involved in. And I think the game will obviously help, but we don't want it just to be around. I think it needs to be spoken about every day. It shouldn't be a taboo topic that you're scared to bring up. I think asking the people how they really are is something so important, and I think that will spark genuine conversations.
to WNBL action here at the AIS Arena. I am honoured to be here with Beyond Blue Ambassador Dr. Susan Bowden. Thank you so much for being here with us.
I'm thrilled to be here, absolutely thrilled. The atmosphere is amazing.
It is amazing, isn't it? Well, it's mental health round here for the WNBL, and one of the key messages is mental health takes a team, know your starting five. Can you just talk to us about that concept? Talk that through with us.
Okay, so we all need a starting five, and there might be people in there might be activities in there might be support in there, but we all need to get those supports in place before we become unwell. So Beyond Blue, the message is get out, talk to people, get your networks when you're well. Can I call on you if the wheels fall off? But get prepared, get talking, and we can all support each other.
Yeah, wonderful. So what can WNBL fans do to support Beyond Blue?
Okay, so you can always donate. That's, of course, we're welcome. We love that. But a really important thing is if you're struggling yourself or you know someone who is, jump on that website. There are so many resources to support you and your friends and family. So engage with us. We're there for you. And we're really all about the community. And the initiative to be with sport is awesome for us. It's such an important part of Australian life. So we're delighted to be with you.
Well, I was going to say that finally. Why are social connections like basketball so important for our mental health?
We all know the evidence shows us that it's just showing up. We don't have to do well in a team. We don't have to perform perfectly, but we have to show up, and that the benefit of that is awesome for our mental health. So it's preventative, it's protective for our mental health, but it's also something we can use when we're feeling down.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us and for all the brilliant work you do in the community. And yes, hopefully we see you at another WNBL game soon.
That's right. Can I say to you, thank you to you, because this is about connection and mental health as much as it's about basketball. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carly, and thanks to Dr. Susan Bowden as well. Very, very important message that continues to be spread. Second half underway. And it's a perfect start for the Caps, who pinched the lead straight back thanks to Isa Brancatisano. Joel Peterson, Beck Cole, Laurie Chiswick, Carly Wilson, 3 WNBL championship winners this evening in commentary. Brett across the lane for Geelong, poked away by Akuso. Sissoko comes up with the loose ball. Starters back out there for both of these teams, with Alyssa Brett in for Elisa Pearley for Geelong, the only change from the two starting fives. Akuso going at Holmes, who walls up nicely. Heel into a three. Geelong dip under that 40% from outside. Shoulder shrug from Zatina.
That's something that Geelong will be very wary of. They do not want to give Canberra any easy looks. Make them all contested.
Canizano can't connect outside. Holmes from straight away. That one's offline. The 4 points for Mackenzie Holmes, so another quiet night. Continues to see plenty of attention. Sissoko's got 4 points, 5 boards. Shelley's got 16 for Geelong to lead all scorers in the ball game. 5 and 6 the Caps, 3 and 10 are the Venom, as Akuso rolls inside and finishes strongly.
And it just proves that that matchup of both bigs in Akuso and Holmes is great. Holmes stuck to 4 points, and that was only Akuso's 6 points. So clearly they're both doing a great job defensively on each other.
Been big focus points for those defensive units. So important to each of their teams, the two women in the middle. Melbourne crashing through the contact, steps all the way in and scores. Jade will head to the stripe and try and make it a 3-point play the old-fashioned way as we take a look at the Amy replay.
And she is absolutely feeling it. Double fist pump. And she loves that she's finding her form, and she really, again, she brings that energy and the rest of her team follows.
Season best for Jade. 16 points against Geelong earlier in the season. She's got 14 so far. Double figures in 8 of her 11 outings. Shelley's got 16. No good there. Rebound falls to Sharp. Back to Jazz. Cans that one. Shelley's got 19 in the game.
She's not missing 2 in a row, Laurie.
Another demonstration of a shooter's mentality is just miss a shot, get it kicked back out to you, shoot it again.
She's in rare form tonight, Jazz Shelley. Season high 25. Melbourne for 3 more. To Gippsland products, Jazz Shelley and Jade Melbourne right at the peak of their powers in their emerging careers. Shelley 25, Melbourne 23. So still so much terrific basketball to come from both of them. They'll be doing it for a long, long time in this competition, and we're all the better for it. Foul off the ball. Melbourne called for the personal. 3 fouls for Alyssa Pearley, who's back out there for Geelong now. (44-41), the way of Canberra. Geelong led by 2 at the half. Remember, these two teams met a couple of weeks ago in round 8. It was a 1-point game. Nicole Munger, the hero for Canberra, with the game-winning 3-ball. Heel to Holmes, rolls inside and finishes off the glass, back to a 1-point margin.
Holmes has such finesse inside. She always knows exactly where the ring is. She's got great control over her body. Really nice finish, and that's why she is sitting 3rd in the league so far, averaging almost 22 points per game.
Only behind Hunshu and Izzy Borlase. Akuso, Melbourne, Brancatizano on the catch. Back to Akuso at the elbow, puts it on the floor, got fouled.
Oh, just got out of jail, did Akuso in that instance, in the Caps.
Foul on Alyssa Pearley is her 4th. So having just come back into the game, she will have to take a seat.
And you can tell she was frustrated with that, but coming back from any injury, you might be fine, but like you mentioned earlier, Laurie, that agility of going sideways and defending, it does take a bit, because training is so different to a game as well. You have uncontrollables, so it's tough to see her come out in her first game and get those 4 fouls, and hopefully she can make an appearance in the 4th.
Well, you know how we also talk about how it takes imports time to settle into the competition and the referees and how the game is played and that. Well, the reality is this is her basically first game in the WNBL, so, you know, it is going to take a little bit of time.
Heel driving inside, can't hit. Holmes rips it down, pops it in, and McKenzie's got 8 in the game. Geelong aren't going anywhere. Great to see off such a disappointing performance against a team that's been in great form. Sissoko puts it on the floor, pulls up, misses. Troycard from the corner can't hit. Holmes with another rebound. Kuso keeps it away from her the second time.
And that was the 7th offensive rebound for the Geelong Venom. So Capitals will want to make sure that they're boxing out and not giving Venom second chance opportunities.
Melbourne looking inside for Akuso, who walked the tightrope of the baseline while she was trying to fingertip the ball as well and kept it all in play but couldn't finish. Chance for Geelong to take the lead. Clark getting set to check back in for the Caps. Pass fake from Sharp, back to Heel, top of the 3-point line, guarded by Sissoko. Shyla Hill for the lead, drops a bomb.
So tough to defend when you look like you're about to go downhill, then that nice quick little step back 3. Shyla Hill.
Got 12 in the ball game to Shyla, 3 assists as well. Sissoko off the Brancatizano feed.
That was a great extra pass by Brancatizano. She did have that 3-point shot, but she gave up a good shot for a great shot for inside Sissoko.
Towards a big goal alongside Laurie Chiswick. In expert commentary this evening, 4:15 to go. Here in this third term, Shelley's had the hot hand all evening. Floats it home. Jazz Shelley to add the bonus. 21 in the ball game.
Because she's been shooting her outside shot so well, the great extra pass from Sharp made her defender have to close out, and she was able to rip drive, as we see here, and what a shot.
She took 15 shots on Tuesday. She made 1. She is 8 of 15 tonight. She's gone from 2 points to 22 points in the space of 1 game.
Well, Joel, you said it earlier, Geelong just are not going away. They are fighting every minute of this game.
Which is exactly what they needed to do after such an abysmal performance on Tuesday. Peel, Holmes, Clinch, Hoykard, Sharp and Shelley are out there. Holmes against Akuso. Turnaround. No good. That was a tough shot. Perhaps there was better out there. Melbourne is left all alone. Oh, they've had too much time. 14 for Jade with 7 assists. Hasn't shot it particularly well from downtown this season. Just under 22% coming into tonight. Takes a seat. 23.5 minutes in the game thus far. 0 of 3 from outside for Jade Melbourne. 5 of 6 from inside the arc. Geelong by 3. Looking for a 4th win of the season and a 1st in their past 7. Alex Sharp from outside can't connect. Morel, Munga, Clark, Podge and Blitzarv's out there. Along with Jada Clark. Shelley, Sharp, Clinch, Hoykard, Hill and Holmes for Geelong.
Jada Clark's another one for Canberra that comes in and gives them really good quality minutes. At both ends, you could just see her playing up in full court on the ball handler. She's long, she's athletic, and she brings a lot of hustle to the team. Did her ACL last season, worked very hard in her rehab and was ready to really attack this season. And hasn't she what? 15 minutes a game, 6.5 points. Shelley for another 3, left that front rim. Sharp pulls down the rebound. 8 offensive boards in the game for Geelong. Time winding down here for Shelley. Fires it cross court. Clinch Hoykard. And too much time in the middle for Mackenzie Holmes. It's a real opportunity for Geelong right now with a couple of their starters on the bench.
Clark gets fouled by Ratuno. Won't get continuation on that call.
And Clark came up big in their last game against the Flyers, where they got that amazing win that really set them apart. But she hit some huge, timely shots, and Paul Goris commends her for what she's done, and she's definitely earned this playing time because, like you said, Laurie, she's been great on both ends of the floor.
Just had to find playing time for the young West Australian. Sarah Blitzarves from outside puts Canberra straight back to even, 51 apiece.
That was a tough shot because Mackenzie Holmes had a hand right in her face.
The length and athleticism of Sarah Blitzarves coming to the fore. Game 3-0-1. Shelley, Clinch Hoykard. Couldn't answer back. Morel knocks the rebound down to Clark. Morel, Munga, Potch, Clark and Blitzarves still running things here for the Caps. Under 2 minutes to go in the third term. Second leg of a Saturday night doubleheader here in the WNBL in round 10. Munga from the corner. Shelley and Blitzarves get tangled up. There's a foul on the loose ball. It'll go against Canberra's number 46. Rightly so. Mark might get away with that on Caninia Park for the Cats. Sarah's not getting away with that on AIS Arena for the Caps.
We'll see which team can hold their nerve in the last minute and a half or so of this third quarter.
Spoke earlier about ridiculously talented sporting families, the McDowell Whites and the Frolings, or you can add the Blitzarves family to that list as well, including those that have married into the Blitzarves family. Evening, Steph.
51 apiece here, Canberra and Geelong. Minute 20 to go. And Jada Clark, I think she just had to put her hands to her head to stop her brain from exploding after that turnover. That was not what she wanted to come up with on that play.
That's turnover number 11 for the Capitals.
Geelong have been able to take advantage of those opportunities, Laurie Chiswick. Holmes up high, turns the corner, got what she wanted, spins to her left hand. That is beautiful, Mackenzie.
Well, that's what I was talking about. She just has such awareness of where the basketball is. Her footwork is perfect, and she just finishes that like nothing else.
Have a look at this. This is Arts and Crafts with Mackenzie Holmes for your Saturday night.
And just the ball handling she has for a post player is impeccable. And we see some physicality right there, but Caps with another opportunity to make it level or go one up.
Sarah Blitzarves genuinely looks like she's playing centre-half back right now.
She is strong as an ox, Sarah.
Always has been. And there's that patented little dribble pull-up long two. Doesn't work that time. Potch makes it work for the Caps. Tied at 53.
Great finish by Potch, but again, Tage Morrell doing the little things, getting that offensive board.
This is going to be a cracking final term in the nation's capital. Morrell with the rebound. Canberra can have the last say here in this third term. 2 points, Capitals at quarter time. 2 points, Geelong at half time. They can't be split with 7 remaining in the third. Clark will get a look. Potch in the corner. No good. Morrell got a hand to it. It falls to Ratuno. The half-court heave is short. And they cannot be split with a quarter to go. Geelong looking for their first win after losing 6. Canberra to get to 500 on the season. And all-important last quarter is right on the other side of this. The Caps, the Venom, tied at 53. What a finish we've got in our hands in Canberra. 53 apiece. Jade Melbourne doing her level best. Jazz Shelley and Shyla Hill at the other end trying to combine to make it happen for Geelong. Shelley's got 22, Melbourne's got 14 and 7, Geelong and Canberra tied at 53. Canberra trying to get to 500 for the first time this season. Geelong looking for a first win after a 6-game losing streak as Alyssa Pearley puts her imprint on this contest and will go to the line for an early and one opportunity in the final quarter.
And we have such an exciting fourth quarter. What a great game of basketball we have here. Like you said, Joel, Caps are looking to really separate themselves from the bottom four. And then we have Venom. They've been in this position so many times. And like Shyla Hill said at halftime to Carly, they need to do it for 40 minutes. Is this the game where they do it?
Akuso can't hit. Shelley pulls it down. Let's check in with Carly. What did you hear from the coaches at three-quarter time?
It was intense three-quarter messages from both coaches, starting off with Coach Paul Goris. He said, no more walking. We have to get into our offenses with pace. There is too much one-pass shoot, too much poor execution, and too much poor screening. So he wants them to tidy that up. At the other end, Chris Lucas said this last quarter is going to be a complete mental game for his team. He said he wants three things. They've got to execute, they've got to finish plays, and they've got to get stops.
Thanks, Carly. Great to have 360 games of WNBL experience on our sideline tonight. Alongside championship winners in Laurie Chiswick and Beck Cole. Akuso inside, rattles that one home. 1-point game.
Well, really, this is for both teams. Which team can stay physically and mentally engaged for this last fourth quarter?
Loose ball. The fall in Capitals' hands. Shelley with 22 leads all scorers. Melbourne 14. Heels got 12 for Geelong. Blitzarves and Akuso in double figures. Akuso the extra pass. Potch in the corner. Got it!
And the last two possessions from the Caps, almost everyone has touched the ball. It has been absolutely beautiful basketball to watch and perfect execution.
15 assists on 23 made field goals for Canberra. They lead by 2. Ratuno puts her head down, steps through, can't finish, but was fouled. We have been tied or had a lead change on 23 occasions as we take a look at the Amy replay of that last Canberra possession.
Well, Potch hasn't been shooting the ball well, as I think you mentioned earlier, Beck, but she was so wide open, she had no choice but to choose to shoot the ball, and a really good result.
Win the ultimate weekend of basketball in Perth with the WNBL and Minor Hotel. Scan the QR code on screen now for your chance to win a package including Platinum Hoops Fest tickets, return flights for 2 nights at Oaks Perth Hotel, and $500 to spend at Oak and Vine. Don't miss your shot. Scan that QR code on screen now. Hoops Fest less than a month away. Ratuno makes the first, adds the second. They are tied once more at 58. Biggest lead for Geelong tonight, 5. Biggest lead for Canberra tonight, Laurie, just like it was in round 8.
8 points.
8 points. This game playing out in very similar fashion as far as the scoreboard concerned.
Well, I thought 19 lead changes was pretty good the last game, but already, as you said, we're up to, what, 23, Joel?
It's been a back and forth affair as Blitzarves gets that to go. Long 2 from Sarah. She's got 13 in the game and is really coming into her own late. Pearley puts it on the floor. Good defense from Akuso. Melbourne pushes it in transition. Clark, pass tipped.
We haven't really talked about Alex Sharp much, but defensively, she is in the right spot at the right time. She had 7 rebounds up to three-quarter time. Hasn't been necessarily scoring, but I think she's been really important.
Averaging 7 a game, goes in there, gets denied by Potch.
And Potch has come up big in this last quarter. It's great to see.
Melbourne for 3. Jade Melbourne cans it. Timeout Geelong.
season-high 17. Might just lead the Capitals to a 4th straight victory. Timeout, they lead 63-58. We've seen her facilitate beautifully this evening. 7 assists to go with her 17 points. 6:52 remaining in this ball game. Paul Gorris gets a chance to talk about it with his team.
And it was great to see Melbourne. We saw her get that air ball earlier and she was so frustrated with herself. She gave up a wide open 3 the previous possession, but then you saw Potch receive the ball from Jade, give it back and tell her to shoot it. That's the confidence you want from your teammates. Melbourne locked, loaded. We know she can hit that. She holds up the triple. Again, what execution from the Caps.
Loves the Sally as well, does Jade. Brings the energy. She is an absolute vibe out there for the Canberra Capitals when she is up and going. Jade Melbourne with a season-high 17 points. It all opened up for her, and she knocked it down. And that was an important hit to get Canberra out to a 5-point lead. It could be very, very, very handy down the stretch in a game that, as we've said, Laurie Chiswick, has been nip and tuck throughout.
It certainly has, and wouldn't expect anything less from these 2 teams.
Capitals have won all 4 against Geelong since the Venom came into the competition at the start of last season. Heel trying to get it to Sharp. Potch came up with it, and then the blocking call.
And great defense. We see here they've made a change in on-ball defense with Shyla Hill. We see Zatino Kuzo high hedging, so Hill has to retreat or pick up the ball. She can't just go downhill and get 2 feet in the paint like she has the first 3 quarters.
Melbourne, Munga, Pochakuso, Blitzarves out there for Canberra. Shelley, Sharp, Hill, Pili and Holmes for Geelong. 63-58. Potch looking on the interior. Melbourne, the head fake, drops it off to Akuso, rolling to the hoop and finishing in style. Canberra up by 7.
Well, Canberra doing a great job of shifting the defense. Geelong are just in rotation after rotation.
Alex Sharp can't hit from outside. It'll stay with Geelong. Healy puts it on the floor and is fouled. Let's check in sideline with Carly Wilson. Carly, what was the message in that last timeout from Chris Lucas?
Jolly was a bit frustrated. You could see he was not happy with the open 3-point shots that the Canberra Capitals are getting. He said, our closeouts are soft. We have to work much, much harder to put pressure on their 3-point shooters. But he said, look, we are still okay, but getting stops in this last quarter is going to be the key.
Oh, Heel, that is a tough finish to break a 7-0 Canberra run. Shyla Heel's got 14 in the game.
They can't afford to just trade baskets. They've got to come up with stops, as Chris Lucas said.
Melbourne drops it inside, and Kuso banks it home. C's fired up. And she's got a chance to hand Canberra their equal biggest lead of the game.
And look at Maestro Melbourne, again, just going to work. That is her 9th assist, and Canberra has 18 in total. She has been putting on a show tonight.
Should have about 26 if they could make a layup off a few of her passes.
There is such a great connection between Akuso and Jade Melbourne. Just the chemistry they know where each other are, and you can tell they enjoy playing with each other.
Both got those infectiously energetic personalities when they're out there on the court too. What a difference they make when they're up and running, and all of a sudden Canberra look like they've got all the depth in the world and they can be a real challenger. This Geelong team has found what they've needed this evening. Shelley again off balance with the runner. 24 for Jazz Shelley, one off her best of the season, and she's keeping the Venom hanging around.
There's still lots of time left, 5 minutes in this ball game.
Equal career, the season best assist for Jade Melbourne is 11. She's got her season best scoring so far. Beautiful no-look pass, and Akuso missed another one. They do get it back up and in through Potch. Jade Melbourne will be owed a couple at the bar tonight.
We could just have a highlights reel of her passes. We won't look at the finishes, but just the passes that she is making.
Great defense from Poch, who, as you said, Beck, is coming up big down the stretch here.
She sure has. That's her second block of the night. Doing it on both ends, and again, she's finishing those shots off inside. Great to see Poch come alive in this second half.
4:15 to go. Melbourne with another dime. It is the Jade Melbourne Spectacular. 17 points, 10 assists. She is doing everything for this Canberra team. And look at this on the replay. Because she didn't. We may as well look, because Jade wasn't looking.
That's the thing, when somebody like Jade Melbourne has the ball in their hands, you have to be ready. Whether you think you're open or not, you have to be ready, because it could come a bullet pass to you.
It's the biggest lead in the game for Canberra at 10. There's no better way to show your club loyalty this WNBL season than repping your favourite player's jersey. You can check out this season's full range of club merch now at WNBLstore.com.au. And I reckon the sales of Canberra's number 5 jerseys have just gone astronomical in
Price
the last
went up.
quarter. Yeah. Absolutely, the stock is rising. They're going to have to go and ring the manufacturers and get some new ones in, because Jade Melbourne is going to have so many fans. Already does, but another performance to further cement her star in this competition. 72-62, it is Canberra's biggest lead of the game, and with 4:12 remaining, it feels like a really significant gap.
Well, no doubt Chris Lucas will be talking to his team about, you know, coming up with different things defensively, how to stop Jade Melbourne. Not sure what the answer is to that, but, you know, try and stop some of her great passing ability, put a little bit more pressure on her, maybe try and keep the ball out of her hands.
The answer might be get 2 more fouls out of her. She's got 3. That might be the only way they stop her.
But a lot of it is out of pick and roll action, so you need to look to double team, or if you high hedge, you need to be up high, not flat. Your hands need to be up.
Sharp looking for Peely underneath. Blitzarves tries to force it loose. So too Munga. Peely comes up with it. Shelley retreats, fires and hits. Jazz Shelley, that is absurd.
That is wild. She made that look easy. And again, another player with one of the quickest shot releases in the league.
Season high 27 for Jazz Shelley.
Oh.
Melbourne looking for another no-look. The ball ricochets around wildly. Peely to Holmes, lost the handle.
Oh.
It will go back with Canberra, who hold a 7-point lead. Let's check in sideline with Carly.
So much passion coming out of the Canberra Capitals timeout. Just then, every single player up and about and screaming. Jade Melbourne urged her team to stay focused on D and make sure that they can string some stops together. Look to see the Caps going to Zatina Akuzo down low as often as possible in these closing few minutes.
Heel stepping through, that's a tough finish. And Geelong have still got some punches to throw in this fight.
Well, we said it before, we'll say it again. Geelong just will not go away. They are fighting it out to the end. And we shouldn't be surprised. They have lost 2 games in overtime, another 2 games by 1 point. They are fighters right through to the end.
And Shyla making that shot look so easy. Since she's been back, she's been making those tough shots, falling away from the basket. And she's their second leading scorer for her team, so another one who definitely needs to see the ball in these last 3 minutes.
Oh, get the ball in her hand. Get her to the foul line. She shoots it at 91%.
At 26 2 days ago, Jazz Shelley's got a career high 27 tonight. Akuso puts it on the floor. Poch on the baseline. Outside for Melbourne. 17 in the game for Jade. Poch, Blitzarves, extra pass, corner 3, doesn't fall. That was last off Geelong hands. It'll stay with Canberra.
I feel like if that shot went in, the roof would have blown off with those fans going absolutely crazy.
Shelley sharp heel, Peely Holmes the 5 for Geelong. Peely out there with 4 fouls. Melbourne, Munga, Poch, Akuso and Blitzarves for Canberra. 4-point Canberra lead. That is an absolute dive from Melbourne, She should have 25 assists in the game as Hill goes up the other end and is fouled.
I like that result for Shyla Hill. Didn't have much time off the clock, but that, again, another great pass by Melbourne. Oh, my goodness.
She could have 2 double-doubles in this game. Just one of makes and one of misses.
And with 2.5 left in the game, that's the UC Cap's 5th team foul. So, again, like you said, Laurie, get the likes of the ball in Shyla's, Jazz Shelley's hand, who shoot well from the free throw line. That's the way they can chip away at this in a short period of time.
Hill makes the second free throw, an 83% free throw shooter in her career in game 107 is Shyla Hill. Back to a 3-point margin. It hasn't been any greater than 10. That's what it was at 72-62. Geelong have scored the last 7 points in the game. Blitzarves, cross court, Potch, 2 on the shot clock. Who else but Melbourne? 20 and 10. She's already got one city named after her. They might need to add a second. It has been a masterclass.
A great split line help from Munga there. She read that pick and roll beautifully and forced Pili into second guessing that shot.
Jade Melbourne just conducts the orchestra once more. It's been a beautiful symphony for her tonight. Sharp fouls Potch on a strong take going baseline. Nardio's a little slow to rise. She will be sent to the free throw line. 27 for Shelley, 18 for Hill. Melbourne's got 20 and 10 for Canberra.
And Potch is so good at driving baseline and then contorting her body either for a layup or a reverse. She's so long. Oh, Jade Melbourne! She is just on fire.
Extraordinary performance from her tonight. Potch misses the first.
Well, leaves that door a little bit open with 6 points, minute and a half to go.
3-point game, a 3-possession game, I should say.
7 makes it that little bit harder.
Shelley Sharp, Clinch, Hoycart, Hill and Pili the 5 down the stretch here. So no Mackenzie Holmes out there for Geelong. Hill just throws it up wildly. It'll stay with Pili, who puts it in. That's a freebie. 5 points the margin. A minute to go. It was a 1-point game last time they met. Canberra's winning score was 76.
Geelong don't need a foul. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Melbourne all the way inside. And now it's Jade missing the open layup. Geelong back the other way. Shelley's off the front rim. They fight for the loose ball. Jazz comes up with it. Possession arrow. Let's see which way it goes.
It's Canberra's ball.
And that's the right shot. They needed to get one up. With the time left on the clock, they wanted to get 2 offensive possessions, and Jazz Shelley's been shooting the ball so well tonight, and she was wide open. So that was the right shot for Jazz to take.
So Geelong with some work to do late in the piece here. 36 seconds remaining. Shelley's got 27 in the game. Melbourne 20, Hill 18 as you see on screen. There's been some outstanding individual performances tonight. Alex Sharp with 7 rebounds. Canberra 76, Geelong 69. .36 seconds remaining. So Both coaches still with some timeouts, which is a bit of a luxury at this stage, Laurie, so you do have the chance to work things through.
Well, it's a chance to call a timeout. It's a chance to maybe switch some players from offense to defense. You know, you can play around with that a little bit.
Correction on that score too, so that bucket from Alyssa Pearley did count. It had not been shown up on the scoreboard, so it is indeed a 5-point game, which was, as we called at the time. Melbourne's fouled up near mid-court.
That's okay. Geelong had one foul to give, but they really do need to foul now because they need to stop the clock. So now you look and go, who is the least proficient foul shooter? And that's who you want to try. And if you can't get a steal to begin with, get it in their hands and foul them.
Melbourne's 67% on the season. Munga's 78. Akuso's 83. Poch at 55 would be the one. It will be Akuso who is fouled by Shalley. Pearley out there with 4 fouls in this game. Mackenzie Holmes doesn't have a personal foul to her name. She's played 35 minutes and is not out there at the end of this game for Geelong with 10 points on 5 of 15 shooting. That is in the way that Geelong has been so reliant on her this season. That is quite the surprise.
And so good to see Zatina, who had the 4 points at halftime, now with the 17, exactly what the Caps needed to help get that momentum and get that lead. And she's been great going to the boards, finding her own shot, and again, just facilitating for her team.
I would say Geelong have a very quick lineup on the floor right now to try and come up with steals, to try and move the ball forward as quickly as they can, as we see in this instant here.
Both go begging. So it's still a 5-point game. Why not give it to Shalley? Can't hit that time. Rebound, Blitzarves.
They've got a foul straight away.
Melbourne up to Munga. And Jade was fouled in the backcourt.
And again from Geelong, that was a great execution of the play. You got it to the right shooter in Jazz Shelley. Unfortunately, it was just a miss.
That's right, 27 points. She wanted the ball in her hands. She's been red hot.
It's been a virtuoso performance from Jade Melbourne. The type of game we know she is so capable of. 11 assists last time out. 10 tonight. 20 points. 5 rebounds. Perfect orchestration of this offense. It remains a 2-point game. 10 seconds remaining. It'll be a miracle for Geelong from here. Foul from Blitzarves on Shalley, who goes tumbling into the spectators. Jazz will go to the line. It's not a bad result if you're Canberra. Because with the way she's shooting it, she could have made it a 1-possession game. Best case here is 2 at the stripe.
They are just going to run out of time, Geelong. Another heartbreaking loss for them.
29 for Jazz Shalley, a new career high for her tonight. Melbourne tries to play quarterback, almost flings it into oblivion. It will stay with the Capitals, who for the first time all season square the ledger at 500. They cement 4th spot with their 6th win of the campaign, a 4th win in a row. And this is a Canberra team that looks like they mean business in this season. While for the Venom, it's a 7th consecutive loss, but it is one that does not come without merit and fight and tenacity. They bounce back from a horrible showing on Tuesday to do all the right things and once again lose a game by a narrow margin. Canberra 77, Geelong 73.
And again, just another heartbreaking loss from Geelong Venom. And I think that's one of their best games of actually putting 40 minutes together. But it was Jade Maestro Melbourne who really stood up for the Caps facilitating the ball, finding her shot. We had Nadia Poch step up big, and again, just another great team game. 21 assists, multiple players in double figures, and they've now separated themselves. I know there's still a couple more games tomorrow, but they've got a 2-game lead in the win column now to 5th place.
Geelong have now played 8 games this season decided by 10 or fewer points. They are 0-8. They are 0-6 in games decided by 2 possessions. It has been a rough run for Geelong, but they were outgunned tonight by a Canberra team with plenty of talent. And as Beck said, the head of the snake is Jade Melbourne, who is with Carly Wilson.
Jade Melbourne, wow. 21 points from you tonight. What a fantastic game. We'll talk about you in a second, but also great team effort tonight.
Yeah, unbelievable. We've figured out how to play with one another, to be completely honest, the last 4 games, and it's a lot of fun. We play a really good style. We move the ball. We trust everyone on this roster from 1 to 12. So no, super fun effort. Z came up big time. Sarah hit big shots. Nard's made big plays. So it's just a joy to be around this group, and it's good to get on a roll.
Well, the group is fantastic, but let's talk about you. 10 assists from you tonight. Maestro Melbourne, they were calling you in the commentary box. But we think you probably should have had about 30 because there were so many that just rolled out. Talk us through that for you when you're playing and just your vision out there on the court.
It's so fun. I mean, these guys make it easy. Like when Z's a target roll into the rim, when Sarah's hitting threes, my job becomes easy. It's just a matter of finding them. So there's been some growing pains for me getting to know how to play with these superstars. But now that the penny's dropped a little bit, it's really fun. And no, I'm just loving playing with this group. And I mean, I should probably look a little bit more when I am passing the ball because there were some turnovers down the end that I know Goz will tell me about. But no, it's good fun, and it's fun when the ball's going in.
Yeah. Well, I think a real barometer for you guys is your assists. Often we see you guys, around the 12, 13, and you don't get it done. But when you're getting those high assists, sharing the ball, executing, it makes such a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. One of our things we want to do is we want to have most of our field goal makes assisted. That's the goal for us, and that's a big thing. So yeah, we've got to make sure we're moving the ball, and obviously the first kind of bit of this first half of the season we weren't. So now that it's clicking, it's super fun. We love to move the ball. People are giving up good shots for great shots. Goz hasn't let us slip up with anything, so that's probably a credit to him. But no, it's great fun to play with this group, and if we can keep this style rolling, it's going to be a really fun season.
Well, that was going to be my next question. You're on a 4-game winning streak now. You didn't lose belief, did you? Because not that long ago, you were bottom of the ladder, and now you're really pushing to be a real finals contender.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it speaks to the character in the group. You would have walked into practice, and yeah, there would have been times where it's a grind and we're going at each other, but the character in this group and the camaraderie never shifted. The belief was still there. After a loss, we were like, it's early days, we're good. So 4 on the trot now. We're super excited to head over to Perth, a team that's in fine form and maybe arguably the favourite at the moment. So go over there, a big challenge before Christmas, and let's see if we can make it 5 in a row.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Jade Melbourne, you were sensational tonight. Thank you for putting on a show for us, and best of luck next week in Perth.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Willa. Let's go.
Infectious personality is Jade Melbourne. She played an infectious kind of game tonight, Laurie. Whether it was scoring or setting up teammates, she was everywhere.
I loved how she said she better watch a few more of her passes, because it even caught us off in commentary a few times. Just her no-look passes, her court vision, her IQ out there, whether she should shoot it, whether she should pass it. She was the real general, and she did a fantastic job.
Some of this stuff is, as much as it's no-look, Beck, it's visionary. All the same, what Jade Melbourne's doing.
It sure is. She has me smiling here on the other side of the screen. I love the energy and passion. That's how I play, and it gets your team going. And she is just an unbelievable player. Like she just said to Carly, the penny's dropped for her. She's gone through some growing pains with the team. And it doesn't matter what you're doing in the first half of the season. If this is how you can be performing right now, you're settling 4th. And if she can keep playing like this with the UC Caps coming in the second half, they're going to be deadly.
Yep, we've spoken throughout the season about her needing to score the ball more. She did that tonight. She was the facilitator as well. Definitely our player of the game. She mentioned the 5 turnovers that she had, but when you probably should have had about 17 assists, that counts for little. So a great performance from Jade Melbourne tonight. The Canberra Capitals, of course, on a 4-game winning streak. They are 5-1 with Satina Akuso in the lineup. They're a better team for having her. The league's a better league for having her back in it, and she is with Carly.
Tina, it's so fabulous to see you back out there. You smashed it today. But it was an important win for the Caps, wasn't it? Because Geelong are always dangerous.
Absolutely, and you know, getting that the win over them twice, I think is huge for us with the ladder being so close. So yeah, that was huge for us.
Yeah, and it's been a tough season for you personally, but also for the Caps. But you've held strong. Now you're on a 5-game winning streak. Is it feeling different at training?
Absolutely. I think, yeah, we definitely faced a lot of adversity, especially for me. And, you know, we had a rough start, but I think we're on the up now and we can only get better from here.
Well, you physically look wonderful out there. There's no signs of any knee injury or anything. How is your body feeling?
Yeah, really good. You know, just staying on top of my recovery, rehabbing when I need to, and, you know, just doing all the right things.
Well, I wish I could say that now you could pop your feet up and have some Christmas break, but unfortunately that's not the case. You've now got to fly to WA to play in Perth. Big opportunity for you guys to, you know, try to get a win against a top 3 team.
Absolutely. I think they're definitely gettable. We just got to come up and we just got to show up with the right mentality, and they've got Hans is huge for them and huge for the league, and we just got to do our best, shoot well, and hopefully we'll get them.
Yeah. And then straight after the game it's on the red eye. Back here on Christmas Eve, I think. So you'll get Christmas Day off. What are the plans for Christmas Day for you?
Nothing really, just coming back to Canberra, looking after my body. We have a short turnaround still. We have Sydney not long after that, and just getting prepared for them.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for putting on a show for us tonight. You are fantastic, and best of luck next week.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Merry Christmas.
Another 17 for Tina Rakuso tonight, coming off a massive NBL 1 campaign, of course, back in the Opal squad that was named today. And she is a real presence in there for Canberra.
She sure is. A big impact on the inside, both ends of the floor. She takes up space in that key. She's so tall, so powerful. And then on the offensive end, she's a vocal leader. She screens so well. Jade said she loves going in pick and rolls with her, but not only can she find her own points, a great facilitator, and now because she draws so much attention, it opens up players like their Poch, Blitzarves, Melbourne to make their shots easier.
All of a sudden, where they struggled to score the ball earlier in the season, they look like they've got plenty of options, this Canberra team. They are brimming with starter-level depth. They're getting contributions from all across the roster. And Tina Rakuso and Jade Melbourne are firing them up and playing with plenty of energy. A 4-game winning streak for the Capitals. They are 6-6 on the season. They've cemented 4th spot. They win another over the Venom. We'll wrap it all up after this.
Slowly make your way onto the court, ladies and gentlemen, please. Caps fans, have a little wander. Don't trip over. Don't tackle me, first and foremost. Our players will stick around for 15 minutes, guys. The clock is on the countdown already. When you see that ticking down, the ladies and girls will have to head off. I'll give you a warning, but they're happy to stick around for the next 15 minutes, of course.
Wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Wishing you and your family Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Wishing you a safe and happy New Year.
Wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We are wishing you all a safe and happy New Year.
Wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
'Tis the season, it's that time of year, of course. Christmas is just around the corner. It's Christmas if you're a basketball lover, of course, and just a little one under the tree a little bit early tonight. It's always nice to get a gift you can unwrap a couple of days out from Christmas. We got one tonight, a very close game between Canberra and Geelong. 77-73, our final score. Joel Peterson, Beck Cole and Laurie Chiswick with you. We were tied at three-quarter time. It was close throughout, 2 points at half-time as we take a look at our second half highlights. We just had a feeling that it was always going to be a close game, Laurie, and both of these teams threw some punches throughout, and in the end it was Canberra who just had a little bit too much in the locker.
Well, they did, but Geelong were there the whole time, and they came out. In fact, they got the lead there at one point in that third quarter, and you know, they had contributors by everybody. Mackenzie Holmes, a little action there we can see on the highlights reel, but yes, it was, you know, facilitated by particularly Jade Melbourne in her shooting, her assists, her vision on the court, and how she got her teammates open.
She was brilliant tonight, Jade Melbourne. She found her scoring touch, as we talked about, her assists as well. And Geelong just kept coming. I mean, from their Tuesday night performance, Beck, where they were absolutely blown off the court, to come and do what they did only a matter of days later was very impressive.
It sure is, and I think it shows the confidence and the culture they have within the group to come and perform like this, one of their best 40-minute performances, but unfortunately just fell short on this occasion.
Yeah, they spoke about the need to do it for longer. Shyla Heel said that at half-time, and they probably fell about 2.5 minutes short in the end, but 77-73 the final score. Canberra shot the ball really well from downtown. And for Geelong, well, there was a shot-making exhibition from Jazz Shelley tonight. 2 points, 1 of 15 on Tuesday. She was absolutely terrific tonight with a new career high, 29 points. And it was herky-jerky, it was off-balance, it was unorthodox, Laurie. It was very fun to watch.
Well, it was from the perimeter. Some of her three-point shooting was at its best, but it was the way she came in after, got her feet in the paint. Some crazy-looking floaters, some drives to the basket, but she was doing it consistently all night. She looked really confident out there. And again, on the back of what she performed against Southside, it was really great to see.
She is having a good season, Beck. It's been a bit boom or bust for Jazz Shelley so far, but what we know is that when she's good, she's very, very good.
She's so good. We know she is a prolific scorer out there on the three-point line. And then what's so good, when she's making those baskets, as we see there, she gets over rotation from those closeouts. She's able to rip drive. And like you said, Laurie, has those uncanny floaters. That is so good, and she put on a remarkable performance tonight.
Take a look at her shot chart. Thanks to good people at Ford. 29 points. There's plenty of green from that right wing from three. 6 of 13 tonight. So she was outstanding. A new career high. It was 25 before tonight. She'd done it this season. She did it last season. The reigning NBL1 South MVP. Put together a very, very impressive game this evening. Let's take a look at our Bunnings ladder after this one. Canberra, we know, have cemented that spot. And for the first time all season, they get to 500, which is an important marker on their campaign. And for Geelong, unfortunately, it means they slide back to the bottom of the table, 3-11. But 8 of those games, 8 of those losses, Laurie, have come by 10 or fewer points.
Well, it looks like it's, you know, going to be a pretty impossible situation for them to make that top 4. But I tell you what, if they can approach the rest of the season and think about being spoilers for some of those other teams that are still vying, I think that'll go a long way. And I really think, I believe that they've got the chemistry, Beck, you mentioned it, the culture that can drive them through the rest of the season to cause some upsets.
Yep, they've played 2 more games than Canberra, so that doesn't necessarily work in their favour, but they are a couple back in the loss column. A couple of big games coming up tomorrow as well. The first of them is pretty tasty. Southside and Bendigo, the Spirits sit top of the table. The Southside Melbourne Flyers coming off a big win on Tuesday, so all of a sudden they'll be brimming with confidence, Beck.
They sure will, and it's a big game from them. They want to go into that 4th position. Then you also have Adelaide, who are also looking for that 5th and 4th spot. And then on the other side of things, you have Bendigo and Perth, who are in that top 4. They want to go ahead in that race to the top of the leaderboard. So I cannot wait for tomorrow's games.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Adelaide and Perth, of course, the late game tomorrow, and then our early game today, which went the way of the Townsville Fire. We get a rematch in the early game on Tuesday, Perth and Canberra, to close things out before the Christmas period. So still plenty more basketball to come here in the WNBL. Thanks for your company on this Saturday doubleheader this afternoon. On behalf of myself, Beck Cole, and Laurie Chiswick, Carly Wilson, all of our team behind the scenes, the Canberra Capitals have won 4 in a row. They've cemented 4th spot. They get to 6-6 behind a masterclass from Jade Melbourne, 21 and 10 of the best to lead her team to a very important victory. More WNBL action coming tomorrow. It kicks off from 12:30 Eastern, Southside and Bendigo. Look forward to your company then.